Hello and welcome to a long overdue SG podcast on Sonic Boom, the TV show. We're not talking about the games this time, just that's over and done with. Unless no one's got any toys.
Yeah.
No comics either, since that's different.
Yeah, and I don't have them available right now because I'm at work.
Well, there's a website I can actually read them, so I don't need physical copies. Although I would much rather have physical copies.
Yeah. But anyway, let's just talk about what we're really focused on, the TV show.
Alright, yeah. So we kind of did the podcast abruptly because we didn't know how many episodes were going to be. Turns out it was an extra one before the big break.
Mm.
The Eggheads episode.
Yeah. Funny enough, one thing I want to try and do is there's a website which actually has the episode's name in French, but they're translated. So just for shits and giggles, I'll quickly go through, as each episode we'll go through what they're called in French. So this episode is called Lushness Party in France. So there you go.
Yeah. This was a kind of a cute episode. I like the I like the I think it's, well, I don't like it necessarily, but I think it's funny that
it's not a perfect episode. There are things about it. It's like I said before, this is basically sitcom tropes.
Sitcom logic here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Eggman DNA makes you evil. Okay.
Yeah. Like through cookies.
And gives you a mustache.
Yeah. That's the side effect.
Evil mustache.
A mustache. Are you gonna have a mustache? Sorry, I've been watching Million Ways to Dies in the West. Not great, but I actually quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, there is a whole song about that, but that's another time.
Yeah. For me, it was better than Double Doomsday. I think that was episode 7.
Yeah, that was one before. Yeah.
It was a lot more fun. It was a lot more what if they were evil, and Knuckles just stole the show.
Yeah. Yeah. He may be dumb, but my God, is he fun.
Okay. Hey guys, can you still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking because I plugged in some headphones.
All right then.
Yeah, it's fine. The little sound recorder thing is just going up and down when you talk, so it works.
Okay. So, yeah, but here's the one crazy question though. The episode of them turning Eggman back on purpose.
Yeah, it's kind of running things like they need Sonic, they need Eggman. So I think having a good Eggman is like, yeah, that's not fun.
I think probably A, Sonic would get bored of someone acting like him, and B, it's like, well, we need to keep the status quo right. It's like one of those things, like, well, if one of us upset the other, they'll just want to put it back the way it used to be.
Which is strange, really, considering this universe keeps resetting.
And more or less, that's interesting, because there was a podcast with one of the show's executives, and they did say that it's true that the episodes do reset. That said, it's not like if, say, in Teen Titans Go, I said this before, it's not like if an episode where they all get killed, next episode they're perfectly alive and everything's back. In this, it's everything just go back to normal, like when they start off, they're all in the beach or having an adventure. Though there are little things that do carry over to some episodes, so, because funny enough, as we go through these, there are little things that do carry over.
Yeah, few and far between.
Yeah.
So, out of 5, what would you rate Eggheads?
About a 4, maybe.
I'd say 3.5.
I was going to say 3. I mean, I like it. It's a fun episode. I mean, part of me was always thinking, well, how are you going to turn them back? Because I just thought, well, what's the... how are you going to get them back to the way they were? I was thinking that's the drama of the episode.
Yeah, let's crack these eggheads!
Yeah. And I did like the joke of Eggman, at first when they come in, he's kind of like, what the hell's going on? He thinks, oh, I can use this to my advantage, and then it all goes tits up for him. So...
Yes, 4 evil masterminds. Actually, I'm a mastermind of average intelligence.
Yes, exactly. I mean, my favourite bit is the... what does Knuckles say before? Because Eggman has a really great comeback after what Knuckles says. It's like, you're my friends, evil... Well, you're evil friends. And then he just looks at Eggman and goes like, stop sucking up to me.
Yeah.
It's just
Stop sucking up.
Yeah. So, that was fun.
It's got a dash of
evil.
Yeah.
The thing is, when we first watched that episode, I watched these with Sarah, and she, when that happened, said, "Ooh, a dash of," she said, "Evil, evil." God damn it!
Well, she would know, wouldn't she?
Yeah, she is evil.
And
I'm married to her, so
that's what she says.
yeah.
Her being evil.
Moving on, Episode 9, Guilt Tripping.
Yeah.
First and foremost, fuck this episode. This is the worst Sonic Boom episode so far.
Yeah, the French version of this episode was called Journey to the Center of Guilt. Of the guilt.
Well, I think the root of the problem is, with this episode, guilt is kind of a hard thing to pull comedy out of.
I understand this, like, I think in most sitcoms there's that one character who says, "Oh, don't worry, I'll just sit here by myself with these sharp objects."
Yeah.
I mean, it works as one character, but having a whole tribe of them dragged out for 11 minutes, it gets boring and annoying very fucking quickly.
Mm-hmm. And actually, even in sitcoms, those characters don't sit well for me, because I've known people like that in real life, and I'm just like, okay, I'm cutting you off. Seriously.
Pretty much, I just wanted to stop watching it. It was like, no, I've got a rule. I need to watch the entire episode. It's only 11 minutes long minutes. There was only one good thing of all that, and that was Eggman's voicemail. That was hilarious.
Yeah. I was okay with this. I mean, funny enough, this is one of the episodes, somebody found storyboards of this at the beginning where Tails and Sonic are surfboarding through the forest. Mm-hmm. So we got to see that, and so that was kind of, we get to see that animation. That was kind of a laugh.
Sonic Riders reference, eh?
Yeah, well, probably.
Or the second one, anyway.
Yeah. And again, I like of course, the joke is, how do they solve the problem? It's like, well, they just jump the strides people onto Eggman, so I thought, okay, that's
pretty much it, really.
Yeah.
It wasn't fun. It's one star from me. I don't fucking like it. It had one good funny moment after 9 minutes of just face palm after face palm. Just leave these people.
Just fuck off.
Yeah. And the thing is, actually, they were brought up in a previous episode.
Yeah, I was just telling James this, that the tribesfolk, the head tribe, was in the episode before in the telly. He was the one who was doing like the weird auction thing and saying, "Oh, my kids can go without food for a couple of weeks, months, or whatever."
Yeah.
So, the one thing about this show is they do try to reuse some of the characters again and give them, jobs, although it's an easy way of just recycling characters you built, so you don't have to build new stuff in animation, but that's what I know about animation.
Well, yeah, we'll get to comedy, Jim.
Number 10. Dude, Where's My Eggman? A Allbot and Cubot centered episode.
The French version of this was called, Hey, where is Eggman?
I think Dude, Where's My Eggman's more funnier.
Yeah, well, it's the reference to Dude, Where's My Car?
That was a fun movie for me.
Yeah, although they were going to make a sequel. No, seriously, where is my car?
This one, I can go either way with this episode.
It's okay, really.
Eggman is missing. Allbot and Cubot trying to remember where the hell he is.
Yeah, it's over the day.
And they come across several things.
Yeah. I did have a feeling that we were going to do an Allbot and Cubot episode. Funny enough, as we're saying this, there was an episode that's recently on. We'll get to that when we get to it, the next time we do this. Mm-hmm. But I will say that one is better than this. Though that said, I like the fact we got to see an episode just seeing what these two characters can do, and, Sonic and the gang are there, but they're sort of in the background.
Yeah, I would say, though, is that the personalities of Allbot and Cubot are completely different from what they were in Sonic Colors and Lost World.
Would you say they turned up or toned down a bit?
They'll turn down. Allbot was like, yeah, he's pretty much a servant to Eggman, but he's very resentful, but soft-spoken. Cubot was just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he was just goofy moron, yeah.
Yeah, basically his biggest trait in Colours was his multiple voices.
Yeah.
This one, he's got his original voice back. Well, he just says stupid things, or when Allbot says something like, we must make haste, like, no, forget that, we should get out of here quickly.
Yeah, we just tend to say, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I can see where they're going with it, but it's just like, it's not the same.
But they're still good. I mean, it's not like...
They have good moments, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, let's be fair. I mean, the fact that these are now characters that have been embedded into not only the games, but this series, let's be fair, it's a surprise, isn't it?
The early characters haven't gone for a redesign.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny, because if I'll make this quick, if I compare these two... Because most shows tend to have, like, oh, we have the smart one or the dumb one, and they always play that up as in the two comedy duos.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some shows where they shove them in because it's like, oh, we have to because it's a trait, or there's some that feel like they're worthy. I mean, I'll mention this really quickly. I know I keep mentioning this every stopping time when I talk to you guys, but...
You say it quickly, but it takes 5 minutes.
I know, sorry, but compare this to MLP. In that show, they have two dumb characters called Slips and Snails, you know, and he is Dumb and Dumber, you know.
And those are the two characters that follow Trixie around?
Yeah, those two.
Okay, I thought so.
And they're
Don't know them, don't care.
I know, exactly, don't worry, but I'm just saying, they're just not funny in comparison because you don't need them. In that show, you got the 6 main characters. They're funny enough on their own. You don't need these two generic morons. And it just shows there's a good way of doing it and a bad way of doing it. And I would say Orbot and Cubot is the good way of doing it.
So out of five?
Give it a 4. I mean, there is the bit where they go to Amy's house, that was pretty funny.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, Amy's innocent charity work for penguins.
Giving scarves to penguins.
I give it a 3. It was passable. What was the big payoff again? They couldn't remember anything because they were getting reformatted.
It was in the end. Eggman said that he erased the memories because he was holding a surprise party for them, and then does it again at the end of the episode and asks what happened to his Eggmobile, and then they go, "I haven't got a clue."
That was funny.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Okay, 11. Cowbot. One of the funniest episodes since My Fair Stixie.
Yeah, and this one was called...
Because cows are hilarious.
Yeah, especially robot cows. In fact, this one was called, in French, The Crazy Cow.
Oh, brilliant title, guys. Brilliant.
Yeah, well, they're different. I mean, some of these are kind of... I would say some of the French titles are a bit plot spoilery, but whatever. There's different things. But...
Yeah, this one's just Cowbot. It's all about Cowbot.
Yeah.
It was just funny because of several reasons. Firstly, what they do to pass it, what Sonic and the crew do to pass the time.
Yeah, God.
Oh, yeah.
Coconut Hurl.
Yeah, with Tails as an announcer with a little
pine cone.
Pine cone as a microphone.
The team of Knuckles and Sonic just beat Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah. They actually do mention he's from Angel Island in that episode, funny enough.
Yeah. So there is some form of connection, but still, we haven't seen Angel Island since Sonic Adventure.
Yeah,
Adventure 2, but that was in a ruin.
Yeah, although this is a new universe, but we'll see what they're doing. It may lead to something, or just a cute reference, for all we know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so many funny moments, because Eggman and Sonic had to team up.
Yeah, basically Eggman unleashes a cow robot that goes incredibly slow, which of course they defeat it, and then it's going after Eggman, and it's going to take them a day or two for it to get there, so it's pretty much, you're going to help me set up my defense grids and stuff, which we said before, they've been going to his place all the time and they have no problem.
Mm-hmm. They've got such a frenemy relationship in this series. It's kind of like, okay, being a bad guy is just sort of a day job.
Yeah, I mean, he's in his pajamas when they go up to his door. It's like, oh, what do you want?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting company. Yeah, I can tell.
I mean, this is actually the second time they did an episode where it's Sonic, Tails, and Eggman it's really the main characters hanging out with the enemy and just sort of being friends, really.
Not since episode 2, yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of the same concept, but though it's done very differently this time.
Yeah, plus there's a lot more references, like a reference to Double Doomsday with Dave the Intern, and one thing that a lot of fans are giddy over was, okay, tell me, seriously, was it between you and Amy?
Yeah.
Sonic fans rejoiced from that line when it was spoken.
I just laughed because I felt like, of all the people to say that, Eggman, it's like, yeah, what's the do of you two?
And the Sonic's face afterwards.
Just like, whoa. It's still
I would answer, but you do not and would not approve.
Yeah. it's definitely still here, but they've made the show as in Amy's less of a quote-unquote stalker.
Well, not as stalker, it's just like, it's a distant love.
Yeah, very obsessive love. Boy meets girl, boy runs like hell type thing. That's what it normally is in the game.
Pretty much.
And
even classic Sonic and Generations thought, what the fuck are we with this girl?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even in the beginning cutscene, they're like, he's talking to the Tails, and he's just holding his hand up, pushing her away. It's like, yeah, this is great party, when she's desperately trying to grab him. So, again, that's one thing I really like about the show, that they toned down Amy, that she's a lot more sensible.
A den mother.
She is a den mother. She's the backbone of somewhat of the group in some ways.
What's a den mother?
Someone who takes care, like the motherly figure of a group who takes care of everything, but tries to be the backbone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
that's pretty much my definition.
Yeah, but either way, this episode was funny anyway. I mean, I love, this whole joke of, I did this as a setup so you can make the defense, better. And of course, Sonic goes like, oh, really? It just immediately ruins everything for him. I just felt
I really got to stop telling you what I did for you to actually stop me.
Yeah, I just thought that's Sonic. That's Sonic in a nutshell. Immediately is like, oh yeah, you think you got the upper hand? Just instant. I love that.
Out of 5, I gotta give that a 5.
Yeah, 5, especially Orbot and Cubot's ending bit.
4. I'm going to be a tough critic here.
It's okay.
Just 'cause. Okay, next up we have...
Circus of Plunders.
This one was called, What is this circus?
Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, well, that's the French one.
Interesting, to say the least.
Is this the first episode where Eggman's not the central villain?
No. I mean, he's there, but he wasn't involved.
Yeah, it's the first time, this is the first episode in the series where he's not the main antagonist of the episode, it's somebody else. Or really,
we have a ringmaster capturing Sonic and friends, except for Tails, who gets to save the day at the end.
Yeah, same problem.
Yes. And, what I was thinking while watching this, like, wouldn't it be great if they had Jonathan Pryce come in and voice the ringmaster here?
Jonathan Pryce.
Yeah. I don't know, this one's kind of...
Come in, children!
It's a bit forgetful for me, this episode. Because I'm looking at the... Got the entire list in front of me, I'm looking at it, I just remember the small things rather than the overall episode.
Well, Amy does say, I can be the ballerina, and she goes, you're going to be the clown.
A sad clown.
A sad clown. Don't laugh at me, it's being ironic.
I'm a sad clown, really sympathetic.
Yeah, that thing. I did feel a bit sorry for her, because she was kind of getting the bad end of the stick, though she does end up beating a bunch of badniks with her clowning trick, so I thought, she gets a good ending.
Yeah.
I think the one reason that I found this episode to be memorable, and I mentioned this to Nikki before we started recording here, was that someone actually made a video up on YouTube. It was something to the extent of Afro Circus Amy Edition.
Oh, that.
The circus. Amy.
I'm going to check that out, actually.
Yeah, it was on Sonic Stadium. You'll see it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was Sonic Stadium on TSSC.
Yeah, one of those websites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it. It's like, really? But,
well,
and I can tell which clip they used for the Amy part.
Oh, God.
Sonic Adventure 2 when she releases Sonic.
Oh, well, I know about it.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. I did say this to James, actually. Funny enough, a lot of these episodes in Sonic Boom, whenever there's a problem in an episode, they will set something up, like there's a device or like a MacGuffin, as storytellers would say.
Yeah, in the beginning of the episode, there was Tails misfired a shot.
Yeah.
And at the end, he misfires again, but this time it works.
Yeah, and I did like the fact that in this episode, Sonic's in this giant ring where he's there to just spin around, and of course he's trapped in there, and then after Tails rescues them, he actually uses it to stop the ringmaster, which I thought, that's cool.
Or as I like to call it, the Chekhov's gun.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a device that...
No, Chekhov's gun where Sonic gets introduced but never fucking used.
Oh yeah, that's the main act. If you
It's always used in the third act.
Well, that's the thing. You set a gun up in the first act, you bring it back in the second, and then you use it in the final act.
I don't think that's Chekhov's gun. I think Chekhov's gun analogy is it gets introduced and it's there, but no one uses it.
Well, that's just bad writing.
No, that's trust me, I'm an expert on the Chekhov's gun here.
Well, anyway,
I'll need to look it up.
It's a story trope. I mean, this is something Russell T Davies did in End of Time, for God's sakes. Even he got it right.
Okay, Unlucky Knuckles.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't say what do we think of this one, did we?
3 for Circus.
3.5. I like the fact Eggman's somehow watching this as like a TV show.
3.5. Hey, it's colorful.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the circus.
Okay. Okay, the next one.
Unlucky Knuckles.
Translation one is Knuckles Bad Luck. Not that original.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember much of this either.
I remember
why.
I remember Knuckles getting the shit beaten out of him a lot by everything.
Mm.
You know,
really, you mentioned it. Yeah.
Rots.
Apparently, Stig says there's a shift in the universe.
Yeah, this is one of those things. Actually, one of the showmakers said this again. A lot of things Stig says, like the sort of really you think that actually ends up becoming true.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, that's the secret to Styx as a character, is that even the writers sort of agree that, hey, you know what, this is how we created her, she's paranoid and not so, and then apparently at the end of everything,
some episodes,
it turns out to be somewhat right.
Well, it's kind of like with Cartman in South Park, like, well, quick examples, like, you know, have you ever heard of Scuzzlebutt, which is like, Cartman does such a thing as Scuzzlebutt, and then of course it turns out at the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
I've not really much to say about this episode. I just don't remember a lot of it.
They do play golf at the beginning.
I don't know the golf part. I know Stick saying about that, and somehow
Knuckles.
I can't remember how it resolved. I really can't.
I remember because Eggman finds out. Oh, Knuckles is leaving the town. He's looking.
Now I remember. Knuckles. They trick Knuckles to defect to Eggman, and all unlucky stuff happens to Eggman.
Yeah, and of course he's in complete denial.
It's not. It's a Knuckles centric, which is great, but it just wasn't memorable for me.
I mean,
it had a funny moment at the end, which I completely forgot. But
I mean, I just love all the stuff of Eggman thinking it's okay, you know, it'll turn itself all right, you know, everything going wrong one by one, and he's so going, it's okay, it's fine. Just slowly and surely, it's gonna get to him. It's like, no, this isn't gonna work today. And the second time, we think Tails almost gets killed as well, because he gets whacked with a bunch of stuff in the end.
Pretty much.
Yeah, although that said, people saying, oh, they shouldn't have killed Tails. It's like, dude, Knuckles has been hit by rocks, meteors, and avalanches, so if he can survive that, I think Tails will be okay.
Yeah, you can't really kill these characters at this point, can you?
No.
I mean, the only characters actually died was Shadow and Sonic.
But Shadow keeps coming back.
Yeah,
although Shadow actually was brought back, although it's very fucking convoluted. It's bullshit, and it's fine as storytelling. It's one of Eggman's robots saved him from falling and took him to that facility and cloned him into robots.
Yeah, but
that's why it has amnesia in the beginning of Sonic Heroes.
So
that's the
Heroes.
reason.
Yeah.
And Sonic is Sonic 06, but that was non-canon anymore.
Yeah, but again, that's the game series. This is the show. Although, funny enough, a lot of people have been wondering whether Shadow will appear. There's been rumours, like there's an episode supposed to be Eggman hires someone to disrupt the team members, and people think, oh, is it Shadow or someone? So
it's not going to be Shadow.
Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
He was shoehorned into the game. I doubt it would be shoehorned in his.
Well, if he does, I think they'll probably do like a funny send-off. It's like if he disappears, it's like, we ever going to see him again? Nah.
And Mike Pollock even wrote a song about it.
Oh, waiting for a boom shadow.
Boom shadow, boom shadow.
Unlucky Knuckles gets a 2 from me.
1.5.
3.5, in my opinion.
Okay.
Episode 14, the Meteor.
Right.
Another trope. Eggman and Sonic switch minds when touching a strange purple meteorite.
Yeah, the French episode was called Exchanged. So,
That's That makes
in my
more sense.
language, in my language, it was called Freaky Friday.
Well, it's the typical, you swap the bodies, nobody knows if it's them really first, but there's lots of obvious clues and stuff.
Yeah, like Sonic's trying to say, I'm not Eggman, I'm Sonic, you're the general sense. Eggman just fucking rolls with it.
Yeah.
That's just funny. It's like, I'll destroy Sonic, pancakes, ooh, was it pancakes or waffles? Can't remember.
I will say that this is one of the episodes that I don't hate it, but this is the one I kind of didn't enjoy the most because it is one of those episodes where two people swatch bodies and it's the whole jest of you have to tell the other person who they are and they don't believe them even though the other one's obviously acting the way they are, and it's one of those things that's like, I've seen this before, and the only good bits of it for me, like the genuine good bits is, of course, Eggman being Sonic, first he's going to use it and he realises, oh, I've got a date. Oh, let's see what he's got in his diary. Oh, pancake day. Oh, got to go to the cinema with Amy.
Yeah. Actually, then...
He enjoys the company.
Do all this. Then I'll destroy them. It was actually an enjoyable episode for me. It was generic, but it was enjoyable.
Yeah, it's got the good bits. It's not my personal favourite, though. It's got good bits in it. Although, one thing I wish they would have done if it was me who wrote this episode is, obviously, Orbot and Cubot. Orbot would obviously know this is an Eggman, and I would have thought, he would be the first one to know, but he would be the ones saying to Cubot, well, who's to say we have to tell anybody this is not Eggman? Because for them, it's like, hey, we can get off scot-free. If it's Sonic in his body, we can... who's to say we can't get some free...
Why aren't you moving? We're being threatened. Okay, attack, turn in the scrap, or you will be scrapped. Righto.
Yeah, that was good. Threatening them. I do like the way how they end up switching back, which is, of course, Sonic threatens to cut off his mustache. What is it?
Oh, yeah.
The speed or the stash?
The stash.
Evil mustache.
And even at the very end, it's like, even after the whole... Remember last time when you went on spring break? That comes back at the end of the episode.
Yeah, that Sonic logo on his forehead.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Is that what that was? I didn't get that.
Yeah, he put it...
There was a flashback to a spring break, and he had a Sonic mark on his forehead. Because that's what
Sonic Team logo, yeah. It's just...
And at the end of the episode, they do it again.
Yeah, just to spite Eggman again.
It was a generic plot, but it was enjoyable for me.
I'd give it a 3.
3.5.
3.5, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 15, Aim Low.
Alright, this one was called Coaching Loser.
In France.
Yes.
Eggman is just losing his
yeah, this is the one with Sam the Eagle. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Sword the Eagle.
Saw the Eagle.
Mm-hmm. Well, it starts off with Eggman trying to do a plan. It's immediately stopped by Sonic, and he just pretty much walks off. Like, literally, no big, I'll get you next time. He just literally walks off slowly to his egg pod, gets in, just flies off miserably.
He's losing his wind of doing all this.
Yeah.
And hires Saw the Eagle to get his groove back.
Yeah, and of course he does like a seminar thing. It's like, do you want to be evil? Type thing. It's like...
There's a great line from Knuckles where you think Eggman had to be more creative now, don't you think? I try not to.
I try not to think, yeah.
that was. I know it's dumb Knuckles and not what people like dumb Knuckles. I still prefer the Adventure Knuckles, but that was just a funny line.
I mean, it's okay here's what I think with Knuckles is it's okay for him to act like this in this show. I mean, because if you look at him in like some of the recent games like Generations, even Lost Worlds, I mean, they have been making him slightly dumber or kind of slightly less important than he's been before. But let's be fair, would you rather have him acting like this in the show or in the main game series?
A show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the moment they start treating him like that in either the comics or the game series, fans go crazy.
Yeah, exactly. But like I said,
at least he still has his dignity in the Archie comics, which is now more game oriented.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's now whatever oriented.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Well, I'm surprised they're using Sonic Fighters as a template. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. The recent stuff.
Yeah, and references to Sonic 2 on the Master System. That surprised me.
What about references to Adventures of?
Yeah, Breezy is a character.
Breezy, yeah, the one from their famous sexual harassment episode.
Pretty much.
Well, it's only because it has that Sonic Says on, that's really it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun episode. Anyway, aim low. Eggman eventually he just fires sword and he just loses his wind again. And it's like, oh yeah, I'll call you, Eggman. Lounging in your pajamas.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Eggman, of course, stops being evil, and then Sonic has literally nothing to do, so he's slowly going mad of, what am I going to do today?
Sonic's making me nuts. No, I didn't make any for me. It's just driving me crazy.
Yeah. And of course,
I think they did something like that before in, Sonic X? Wasn't there an episode where he was going crazy?
he's stuck in a boat.
He was stuck on a boat in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
And before or after Sonic gets a chip in his head and he can't stop running.
So
this one, Sonic's just bored.
Sonic just gets bored and tries to help out the gang, but he ends up making it worse for everyone. Actually, yeah, because Knuckles actually tries to build a birdhouse, which knocks over. Yeah. And then again, it all resolves just for the mere hatred of the two of them, so everything's set back to normal thanks to the gang just setting this all up in the end.
Pretending to be...
Obviously pretending, yeah, typical. So...
I keep rubbing my microphone. I think I've got a lot of disturbance on the voice recording.
We'll see what happens.
I'm not hearing any disturbance. But,
Alright, okay. Aim low is interesting, but again, it's a stereotypical trope, especially for Sonic.
Yeah.
Still give it a 3, passable.
3.5, I would say.
3.
The final 3 episodes we're going to talk about. How's a succeeding evil without really trying?
Oh, this is interesting, because the French translation of it is to become an evil genius in 10 lessons.
It almost sounds like 10 things I hate about evil geniuses.
I did not like this episode. He had a good opening with Tails trying to help Sticks, and it goes wrong.
No, I just love that.
Which is becoming a trope in itself now.
Yeah. Well, my work here is done. just that. There's that alone, really.
Yeah, it brings back the three characters: Dave, the ringleader, I can't remember his name, and that walrus
guy.
Yeah, who the not rotor of the characters.
Though he's voiced by Mike Pollard, isn't he?
Dang it! You took the words right out of my mouth. Not rotor.
It's the same freaking colour. It's like, is that rotor? That's not rotor.
I mean,
yeah, everything. It's like every time he comes on, is like, wait, he jumped out of the comics and now he's stuck in the show as an extra? What?
Well, he wore a hat. I mean, that's his main thing. It's like, no, because Rotor wears a hat. I mean,
he doesn't wear a hat in the comics anymore.
Doesn't he? Hmm.
No, he's got his goggles.
All right. Okay, fair enough. Well, Tails has got the goggles now, so...
He's got a belt, which is no reason.
Yeah.
How succeeding evil, Tails does something that looks evil and gets recruited by those characters in their little guild who act with Eggman but want to be evil.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking stupid.
Well, I'm just surprised Tails for that entire episode. Again, he doesn't realise what they're really up to. He's just there for the food, really.
Pretty much.
I mean, again, he destroys the trees. Then he's told, you got to build this, and then of course he buggers off, to them where they release a bunch of evil seeds turning into piranha-like monsters.
I found it Eggman's garbage.
Yeah, Eggman's garbage, which again is how did that happen? Is they literally just went to his rubbish bin. Hey, get away from that! We should get them.
It just wasn't fun. There was a Sonic and Amy moment, but it was just a ridiculous moment. Oh, they're going to break in with pizzazz. No, pizza. Pizzazz. Pizza. Pizzazz. Pizza.
No,
hey, do you want to hold the door? Not now.
Not now.
Pizzazz. Pizza.
Yeah. It's not. Again, I think it's sort of weird. Again, like I said, I think it's because Tails doesn't realise, though I've said before, the thing, Tails has the mind of a genius but the heart of a child.
Pretty much.
So, I could excuse that maybe a little bit.
It was a dumb episode for me. I just did not enjoy it.
Okay.
I mean, sorry.
I thought it was fine.
It's just too many dumb moments. It's like I like a dumb moment when it makes me laugh, but dumb moment when it just makes me go.
It's making the characters look even dumber.
Pretty much.
Right, and that's what people really hate. Though I did like the line where they come back later on and singing, "There's more plants. It rained while you were gone." There's more of them, and they end up using Tails' machine that caused the problem in the end to become the solution. Though I did like the end bit where he uses the gun on the burger, and you think, "Oh, he's going to release it to everyone." And what does he do? He eats it. So I thought, okay, fair enough. All the way to win the episode, but hey.
Another throwback to when his appearance.
Mm-hmm.
He appears a lot in I think it's Mad or Meh Burger.
Yeah, I can't remember. He works at a burger shop. That's basically it.
Yeah. I'll give it a 2.
3.
I'm a 3.
Okay.
Episode 17. Don't judge me.
Oh God. Funny enough,
true of the legal system.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Funny enough, this one was surprisingly enough not that different, but it was called "Do Not Judge Me."
Yeah, you missed the up the arm. Put an apostrophe there.
Yeah, so they just put the word "not."
Correct conjugation is a French thing.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
I don't know. I just like having less syllables.
Yeah, I did like the opening. That was kind of a funny thing. The opening of this episode was kind of okay. This is weird.
Pretty much.
Yeah, having Eggman's morph robot being attracted by a giant light bulb held by Knuckles.
Oh, jeez.
Well, then
It's funny, but dumb.
It's dumb. Although it just shows Eggman can make some stupid choices and stupid machines every now and again.
Yeah, the overall all of it is just like Eggman sued Sonic because he got injured.
Yeah, which again,
and it brings back that ringleader as his judge.
Yeah, it brings
not
back
judge, his lawyer.
Yeah, the Burnbot as the judge. Yeah, he brings the Burnbot is
the judge.
Yeah, which I just thought was he just puts on a stupid wig and that's it. That's it. I am programmed for what there is. And of course, Knuckles being Sonic's defendant, attorney, is it?
His lawyer, yeah.
His lawyer, attorney. Yeah, which
lawyer, attorney, defense.
Yeah, which of course
whatever.
He's brought back the small glasses from My First Six.
Yeah, that. Then he tries to defend Sonic, but that ends up digging his own grave.
Yeah. Well, the fact is, he tries to defend Sonic by making him sound so miserable and making him sound so much better. It's kind of he thinks
he did that in Dude, Where's My Eggman? We completely forgot about that scene.
Yeah. There was the one we should really quick mention. There was a gag in which they asked Orbot and Cubot asked what happened to them, and of course Knuckles tells them his side of the story.
Orbot and Cubas, what?
Orbot and Cubot, sorry.
Cubas.
I don't know. Oh, sorry.
Well, he does have a cube ass. I give it that.
Oh, why not? Anyway, he asks them what happens because Knuckles gives his side of the story, which his side is he's brilliant, he's magnificent, he can shoot lasers out of... Was it?
And he's a womanizer.
He's a woman, and Sticks and Amy thinks he's a god, and of course he can fly in the air like Superman. Because everybody thought that was...
And the writers then go, oh yeah, we made the jumping glitch in Sonic Boom canon.
No, I think that was pretty much...
No, you fucking did not.
No, you just won the bandwagon. I bet someone asked him, hey, is that the joke from the game? Yes.
Yeah, that was intentional. I take full credit for that.
Yes.
A wizard did it.
Yeah, a wizard did it. But it did show...
It did look like it wasn't intentional, and the show was written and produced way ahead of the game.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a Superman gag in the end.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Don't Judge Me.
Alright then.
Before I go on a rant.
Yeah. But like I said, it shows Knuckles' egotistical side of him again.
Yeah, I thought that this was a very typical joke where you have the joke is the accuser in the court case is in fact the bad guy, and then you look at you think that this is a recyclable sitcom type trope. Well, it is more like a cartoon trope, I would say.
Yeah, it's the typical the guy's obviously the evil guy suing the good guy and everybody, and it seems like they're really getting at the good guy, which is like, what the hell's wrong with you people? It's like he saves your lives every other week, and yet here you are believing the bad guy.
Well, here's the thing: this sort of thing happens in real life every once in a while, and it drives us crazy when it does.
Yeah. Apparently, recently in the news that a officer will not get any compensation about, I think it's $750,000 because he spilled his Starbucks coffee. It worked once with that lady from McDonald's, only because apparently that was like above the normal high temperature, which was scalding hot rather than just genuinely boiling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she got it early in the morning before the McDonald's was even open. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, spilled it in a car. I don't understand the technicalities behind that, but it's still a fucking stupid court case. I don't know how the fuck you won.
If this episode came out, if they were still making this episode, they should have put in that gag as they're kind of like, hey, isn't it as stupid as that thing? But, there's
always someone trying to sue over hot coffee.
Yeah, there is.
He was running with hot coffee, and then he just sort of had to slow down slowly so that the coffee wouldn't shift out of the cup,
Anyway, Don't Judge Me is passable for me.
It
had some good moments, but I think the best moment for me was when Amy came in. It's like, I go away for a seminar, and this is what happens.
Yeah, I mean, the two things is, Amy, of course, is the one who saves the day by, that's not a gamble, this is! Just knocking everything off and saying everything right. And the whole, disco.
This is a knife.
And now we break for disco party. And then suddenly, it's him, Knuckles, and this random little, like, Family Guy skit. It's like literally just, and now we just cut to something really out of the blue.
Oh, like the time Eggman wakes up with an Eggman symbol, with a Sonic symbol on his head. That was definitely a Family Guy moment.
Pretty much. At least it's not becoming Family Guy that Simpsons is.
Yeah.
I've been watching a few recent episodes, like, why are you cutting away for gags?
I don't know, but like I said, those are the two things that's my main memory of this episode, of course, the random disco party and Amy saving the day, and everything goes back to normal, and then there's, actually the other thing is they also bring in, this is the first appearance of what's this, Banana the Monkey, or whatever his name is?
Comedy Chimp.
Comedy Chimp, which I have to admit, here's an ironic twist, he's not funny. I mean, just generally, it may be funny to the characters in the show's universe, but it's just like, oh, God, on him again.
I guess that's the joke that the story writers are trying to put in. It's like, okay, here's somebody who's so dumb he's not really funny, but everyone thinks he's funny here.
Well, it's kind of like he's the generic entertainment comedian, which is like, you see him in everything, but it's like, dude, this guy's just,
Insert Charlie Sheen joke here.
Exactly. But even that, it's like the episode end was like, what was it? They have a picture lining and it goes, well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah, hey-o! It's like, oh, thank you. Thank you for doing that last gag.
Yeah. About 3 for me on this episode.
Yeah, 3. Again, I think the only reason is I don't like it when Sonic's getting kind of the shit end of the stick sometimes in the episodes, but maybe that's just my view of Sonic that. But it's okay to do it every now and again as long as it comes out good in the end. That's, I guess.
Yeah.
Me, it's a 4. I just like the premise.
Okay.
Last one we're going to talk about, episode 18, Dr. Eggman's tomato sauce.
Yeah, well...
Is it very evil tomato sauce?
Well, funny enough,
Don't give it away.
Yeah, well, apparently, this is exactly the same as it is in French. It's literally just the same name, so... No difference.
I'm pretty sure someone's going to call it, no, it's Dr. Robotnik's tomato sauce.
Well, Eggman Robotnik.
Same frickin' character.
Yeah, let's call the whole thing off, boys.
Yeah. All those misconceptions, every single time there's always someone arguing.
Well, of course there was something up with the tomato sauce the whole time.
Yeah.
Or not the sauce, but the cans.
Yeah, make a tomatoes. I like the beginning part where they're trying to get Tails to come out and go to this, like, go into the city. It's like, yeah, now I can go outside to spend money on my plane.
Yeah.
When I first heard, I thought, have these people been reading fan fictions? Because that's what Tails does every fucking fanfic there is of him.
Right. Oh yeah, this is the
he's just obsessed with his plane. And he's trying to upgrade it every time.
Yeah, this is Tails' surprising love and affection to his plane, which there's a great gag later in the episode. But I have to admit, I was surprised that the joke. Obviously, the whole episode's about Eggman releases a new tomato sauce, and at first they think, well, this is going to be a trick, this is going to be mind control or something, and they find out there's nothing in it. You know, it's perfectly normal, and the twist is it's not in the sauce, it's in the can.
Eggman becomes more popular than Sonic.
Yeah, and of course he says, you shouldn't be looking at the sauce, you should be looking at the cans. There's the evil bit.
Yeah, the cans are evil, and they're robots and take over all the electronic devices, including Tails' plane.
Yeah, even Styx has a bit where she goes like, you know, don't do this bit. It's it. But who's laughing now? You are? Of course not. I'm not laughing. What? This is terrible. Why would you think this is funny?
Yeah. Styx has her really like. She's like the cat in Red Dwarf.
Yeah, she just comes
out with something that's so hilarious. It's like the chocolate chip and a cookie.
Yeah.
That was a analogy from SS Debris on the cat from Red Dwarf. He's funny, but he's so funny, but yeah, it's only small portions.
I would know if I read that.
Tails' obsession with his plane is very adamant in this. I mean,
that's because they take all for the sake of comedy, they take all these characters and they take the little things about them and they make them big. Knuckles' idiocy, like we previously mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
That's Knuckles. In the beginning, he was a gullible character.
Mm.
And then here they just made him flat out stupid. Well, here Tails is mechanics, so they're gonna make him have a plane fetish, I suppose.
Well, it was really he's going to be just super geeky about how to make things and stuff.
Yeah, in like later episodes and previous episodes, he was like, "Here's a new device." Like, also in Translate This, he was really passionate about UT.
I mean, he also built a device that could make toilet water reverse itself and even come out. So, well,
the portal.
He can reverse reverse stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Eggman Tomato Sauce is actually a good episode. It was different.
Mm-hmm.
It had the trope like the bad guy being more popular than the good guy.
And then
that's just it. That's just it though. The rest of it was like completely original.
Yeah, I mean, again, the cans of the evil thing. I thought like, okay, I didn't expect that. And
no, actually, I just remembered there actually was an episode of this in Super Mario World where King Koopa opens a fast food chain. And there's something in the food, and Princess Peach saves the day. I just remembered that.
There's a little
Luigi and Yoshi have literally flown the coop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the only reason Peach and Mario save it, the only reason why Mario didn't change because he only ate the fries.
Right. Yeah. But like I said, I like, this is still a good episode. I mean, the whole twist in the end, obviously, it's, well, the fact in the end, they do destroy them and he realizes, well, who's going to buy these things?
Pretty much.
Yeah, which of course he's all alone in his little lair with all of them. It's just on his own. Nothing but tomato cans.
Also, the reintroduction of Comedy Chimp, he's now a talk show host.
Yeah, he's a talk show host.
Who was captured by Eggman.
Yeah, okay.
Why would you want him?
Why would you want him?
Actually, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a high profile comedian. Maybe he's got ransom plans or something.
He's not Jonathan Ross.
Yeah, well, nothing is for Ross.
He's not Simon Pegg.
No.
No.
I mean, his only Comedy Chimp's only shining moment for me was his random appearance in My First Dixie, and just walks out.
Does he?
Yeah. It's like, and the escort for the gala. And I'll look at him. Why do I even bother with you guys? And that's it. That's his funniest moment, which only lasted about 5 seconds.
I think it's again because maybe the showmakers, it's like, well, we got all these characters built. What do we do with them? It's like, well,
how about introduce Percy? That one character, the one supporting character everyone really wants to see was introduced in the game, but you haven't fucking introduced it here.
You mean
How come Styx gets a prominent role as a side character, but Percy, the only female character which people want to see and want to possibly even play as, even though it got cut out, is nowhere to be fucking seen.
Again,
I haven't played the game, so I don't know who this Percy is.
Yeah.
She looks a bit like an echidna, I think.
She's
also purple.
She's another kind of Sonic team design character that could easily be one of the main female cast.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Like, having Shadow in it, I don't think Shadow could be in Sonic the TV show yet.
Yeah.
It was a shoehorned in, same with Metal Sonic, who was yet to appear in here either.
Yeah, which again, if they did do it, it'd be good because again, this is still the first series technically at the minute. So if they did to the second series, if they did bring those characters in, I mean, first of all, you could do a gag of where the hell they've been all this time, or do something like, well, you came out of nowhere, like literally nowhere. I mean, where have you been? Where the hell do you live?
Mm-hmm.
So if they could do something like that in the show, which again, that would work because the show's got humour.
And that's pretty much what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, I'll make this last thing. Funny enough, by the time we're doing this, obviously there's more. We'll get to the next set of episodes eventually. But funny enough, one of the recent episodes did show a lot of Styx actually off. Which again, most of the episodes, even through these, she isn't used that often. Like you said, like the cat, she just comes in, does a bit, and then goes off, or is not there in some episodes. And people could say, oh, I don't like her. And some people, the reason they don't like her is, well, they don't really do anything with her. And yet, there's been an episode. Yeah, that's the excuse. It's like, literally, you go to all this trouble making something, and you don't do anything with them.
She only had 2 episodes based on her, and they were right next to each other, episode 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Actually, the one thing I was laughing about, I was breezing through this list, and I looked at the French title for late fees.
Mm-hmm.
Penalites de retard.
Yeah. Well, it's translated as late penalties. Yeah, but again, funny, like I said, there's an episode later on down the line where we do get to see Styx. We finally get to see what her real strength is, and again, like I said, I think this show is, every time you think there's an episode of, oh, can they do more with this character, it's probably more likely they're going to do it later on down the line.
Yeah, you just gotta email the guys that write this stuff, you know?
No, it's pretty much, they've probably done it, we just have to wait for it to come on yet. It's just waiting for it.
Well, I tried emailing Ken Pontek, but he just won't get back to me.
I think Ken Pontek...
It was only a nice email, like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I think that's pretty much every single... whoever was against Sonic Boom.
Yeah.
Because I've seen, like... there was also there was another video I saw, I didn't watch all of it, it's like, he said, like, the top worst cartoons of 2014, and Sonic Boom was on the list. It's like, oh, it sucks.
Yeah,
people say the game's worse, the TV show's better than the show. It's like, really? Watch it again.
Yeah,
He never explained why it was bad. It's just like, oh, it's a dumb show. Yeah, because it's...
Teen Titans Go is a dumb show.
Who is this putting together the video?
I can't remember his name. It's just...
He
never explained why it's a dumb show. Okay, explain why it's dumb. Explain why you don't like it and why it's one of the worst cartoons of 2014. Don't just say it's dumb because you don't like it.
Yeah, I can give you several reasons why some certain cartoons I think are awful, but, you know, I don't like them. Doesn't mean they're awful or they're truly bad.
Pixel Pixie was a fucking stupid show. And that was the first time someone actually did flash animation, and it looked so fucking lazy.
Yeah. Have you been watching Animation Atrocities?
That's the one.
Oh god, him. Yeah.
And what's up with Clarence?
The what?
I said, what's up with Clarence?
Damn that! I watched that.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's kind of like a slice of life comedy show, though it's a little bit... It's not as mad as Adventure Time, it's kind of like in the same grounds as regular show a bit. But
anyway, it's got a shout out now, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's got more subscribers than me anyway.
Nobody did. Because I actually, funny enough, I actually saw a Rebel Taxi. I often wonder if he's crazy or not, that guy, at times.
Oh, he is. That's why he won't give out his real name.
Okay. Well, funny enough, he did literally do a quick video of 5 cartoons he's not reviewed yet, but he did say he thinks the show is, first of all, it's 10 times better than the game, Rise of the Lyric, by any means, and, you know, it's generally good. Like, he thinks, yeah, Knuckles is dumb, but hey, there's a lot of fun in this show. And you know what? It is probably one of the best Sonic cartoon shows. You know, it's arguably the best one that's been out so far. I mean, God knows what the future lays for Sonic in animation.
A movie from Sony Pictures?
Oh, yeah, that. Well,
Nothing on that yet.
No, apart from called Sonic the Hedgehog. An email.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just going to leave that by. It's going to be like the Ninja Turtles thing again. It's like, look, whatever the movie does, it'll do its thing, whatever. The show is arguably the more important, if you ask me.
Follow out of comics.
Yeah, because let's be honest, more people are going to see that regularly than one movie, pretty much.
And yet it does not have a UK release because the UK department of Cartoon Network are fucking idiots.
Yeah, for some, yeah, like I said this before, like somehow they replied to a guy called Sonic's Biggest Fan, which first of all I thought the first thing I would do is not talking to this guy because God knows what he's like.
Yeah.
Well, like I have said before, Cartoon Network's got a bias against the show. I think they're going to be pushing their own media, their own agenda, their own shows. I don't see one advertisement for this anywhere.
I did see one advertisement when it was just starting.
Oh, what do you know? Sonic Boom to make UK premiere on June 1st. I just went to TSSC and there you go.
It's just there.
It's there right now.
Right, really?
Okay.
Sonic Boom to make UK premiere on June 1st.
Okay, Nikki, it's your job. You support that, okay?
Yeah. I mean, first of all...
You wake up in the morning, you turn on your TV. You don't even have to watch it, just let it run.
Yeah.
The channel will be on Boomerang.
Boomerang?
It's on Boomerang?
Really? That's strange. I mean, it's funny...
Why Boomerang? Boomerang to me is just a classic cartoon show.
Well, you say that, though all they ever show, and I'm not joking, all they ever show on Boomerang here, I don't know if it's different from your end, all they ever show here is nothing but Scooby-Doo, Tom and Jerry, Scooby-Doo, Tom and Jerry, one or two Looney Tunes or one-off news shows, and then just a marathon of Scooby-Doo again. Because Scooby-fucking-Doo!
Yeah. The ratings for Sonic Boom have been...
Boom's been a hit, actually.
Up and down, but still good. Like,
It's
last
a hit.
episode Light Fees received over 1 million adult viewers.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. Actually, 2 quick things. Sorry, I keep saying that. Yeah, should wrap it up. But funny enough, you said about Cartoon Network seems to doing everything in their power not to talk about this. I actually saw an anime skit about Teen Titans Go, where apparently the Titans are at Cartoon Network Central, and there's a billboard, there's like a whiteboard in the background saying, keep pushing Sonic Boom further backwards. So, there's a funny little gag.
Well, we'll be here another few weeks to get more episodes done, unless we want to do less next time. Of Sonic Boom, the TV show, because we have to call it that.
Yeah, but Sonic Boom, the show. If anybody says to me, I like Sonic Boom, I'm just immediately going to admit saying, oh, you mean the show?
Yeah, I like Sonic Boom on Wii U.
Yeah,
No, you don't. No, you don't.
That's it.
There are people that actually do like it, but... Anyway, we'll see you all next time.
Yeah.
Click on the annotations of these two guys' faces, go to their channels and support them.
Yay! Thank you.
Force plug-in!